Dead or Alive 6 is the latest installment in the long-running fighting game franchise from Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo. While the DOA 6 reveal trailer looked impressive, it didn't offer a lot of insight on the more intricate aspects of gameplay. We played the E3 build, testing new gameplay mechanics to determine what's changed and what will still seem very familiar to fans of the series. So sit back and take a look at our DOA 6 hands-on with in-depth impressions from a competitive perspective. Most of the flashy attacks you've seen in the DOA 6 E3 trailer come from the new special button that has been added to the game. As a shortcut macro for hold plus punch plus kick or HPK, the special button controls all the new meter-based attacks, as well as a fatal rush attack combo and the sidestep attack. All of this is done by pressing the special button and a direction, but it can also be done by pressing H plus P plus K and a direction. One of the big new additions to DOA 6 is the fatal rush. This 4-hit combo string is performed by pressing the special button 4 times and does not require any meter. If you miss the first hit, or the opponent blocks, you cannot continue the combo and you can be punished. However, if the first hit in the fatal rush connects, it results in a fatal stun. This is an inescapable stun that you cannot counter out of. The new meter in DOA 6 is called the break gauge. It's located just below the health bars at the top of the screen and quickly builds as you hit an opponent, the opponent blocks your attack, you defend against an attack, or you take damage. That's right, if you do just about anything, you'll build meter. The offensive player builds meter slightly faster than the defensive player, meaning you gain more meter for landing an attack than you do for getting hit, and you build more meter for getting an attack blocked compared to blocking an attack. Meter in the E3 build of DOA 6 builds very fast. A simple 4 or 5 hit combo will usually net you almost half of a break gauge. Land a couple combos and you'll likely have a full break gauge ready to utilize a break hold or break blow. By our estimates, most players should be able to build 2 full break gauges during a round if they spend their break gauge as soon as it's full, so they can start building a second one immediately. The break gauge carries over from round to round, which means if you don't feel the need to burn your break gauge during one round, you'll have it ready to go at the start of the next round. Meter management doesn't seem quite as intricate as some other games, but you'll still want to keep an eye on your meter, know what you're using it for, and make sure you have it when you need it. The 2 new abilities that use meter in DOA 6 are the break hold and break blow. Once you have a full break gauge, you can press forward and special to perform a break blow. It can be blocked and punished, tagged onto the end of a combo string, or just used whenever you feel like it, but whether it hits, misses, or is blocked, all of your break gauge will be depleted as soon as you use it. It also goes through attacks, similar to super moves with invincibility frames in Tekken or Street Fighter. That means if someone's rushing you down with attacks, you can just go right into your break blow, going through all of their attacks and landing your hit. Break holds are special counter holds executed by pressing back plus special that counter all heights at once. Normally you have to counter at a specific height of an attack, such as using a low counter against a low attack. However, if you're willing to burn the meter, you can use a break hold to counter all high, mid, and low attacks simultaneously. If you connect with a break hold, you inflict a very small amount of damage, but you'll switch positions with the opponent and stun them long enough for most characters to land at least a jab to extend the stun. Like most other counter holds, you can be thrown out of a break hold. You won't be able to just use it as a get-out-of-jail-free card, but toward the end of a match, it can make the difference between winning and losing, and slightly reduces the amount of guessing you'll have to do when countering. Finally, the new sidestep attack in DOA 6 is far more evasive than the sidestep ability in DOA 5, but you can no longer choose between 2 or more canned attacks after the sidestep like you could in the previous game. Instead, all sidestep attacks in DOA 6 execute immediately following the sidestep animation. In the E3 build, there is no way to cancel the attack portion of this maneuver. On the bright side, the sidestep portion of the ability is extremely evasive. It avoids all linear attacks, including throws. However, if an opponent uses an attack that tracks, such as a wake-up kick, or most attacks that move horizontally from left to right or vice versa, your sidestep attack will be interrupted. Unfortunately, the canned sidestep attack was essentially the same for all characters in the E3 build, meaning they all hit mid, cause a standard knockback, there's no stun, there's no launch, and were extremely unsafe if blocked. This makes the risk versus reward pretty skewed. But this is also the first build of the game, so there's a chance that things will change. Right now, it's possible to anticipate a sidestep attack, free cancel out of your combo string, block the sidestep attack, or even counter hold it. Sidestep attacks will still be useful, but in open space the damage may not be enough to justify the risk. You can get a close hit modifier to increase the damage of a sidestep attack, and if you're near a wall, the sidestep attack will cause a wall bounce so you can follow with a combo, but it's still far more limited than sidesteps in almost any other 3D fighting game, including Dead or Alive 5. Dead or Alive 6 will be playable at EVO 2018 and is planned to release in early 2019. We expect a lot of changes between now and the final release date, so stay tuned to Prima Games as we'll have complete coverage of any updates on this game. In fact, this is just a small taste of our full article linked in the description below. Be sure to like and subscribe as we offer more insight into DOA 6 over the coming weeks and months.